Hi plant living friends, today I'm going to talk to you how to make a succulent planter. At Groovy Plants Ranch we got our start with succulents. We love succulents and we have a great way to make an outstanding looking planter with succulents. We do have a video about succulent care, so you can check that out on my page, or I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can check that out too. But what you're going to need is some succulents, a low bowl with a hole in the bottom because that is the best kind of pot to always have, but also succulents in particular, easier to take care of them when you have a hole in the bottom. And then I like to have a little bit of gravel top dressing. So when choosing your succulents, we always say that you want to use a thriller, spiller, and a filler. Thriller is your tall one, filler is kind of the medium height, spiller is your bottom. So that's a great way to get started when you're looking at options. And then with succulents, we always go with tall, medium, and drapey. And then also lots of color and texture. And we always want a pink, an orange, and a yellow. So today I've picked out a beautiful Pearl von Nuremberg. And this one is Echeveria Pollux. I also have, this is our favorite yellow to use, Sedum Ogon, and it's February here right now, so the colors on these is good, but in August it's way more vibrant. Just your standard jade. This is going to be my tall guy. My spiller is going to be the Senecio Ruralianus, or string of pearls. And then this is our favorite orange to use, Sedum Nosbaumrianus. And right now it's a little bit orange, but in August is like mac and cheese, fire engine orange. I don't know if that's really a color, but it is now. So what you're going to do is you're going to start out by filling your planter with some soil. When putting soil in your planter, you want to have just enough so that the bottom of the pot is going to sit level on the soil. So when I dipped this in here, I put too much in, so I'm going to actually take some out now, because it's always better to add soil after than to take stuff out, because when you're pushing it down, you're compressing the soil under the plant and the roots get compressed and it makes it harder for it to grow. So you want nice fluffy soil underneath the plant's roots. So I'm just going to take one of my plants, turn it sideways, squeeze it a few times, slip it right out. And another thing to do with succulents, sometimes people will fill their pot too high and then they kind of sit out like this. That makes your planter look kind of sparse and sticking out. We like to plant a little bit lower in the pot so that it looks nice and compact when it's planted. So there's my Pearl von Nuremberg. Now I'm going to do my Sedum Ogon. Stick that guy right there. And succulents do not mind competition. They also don't mind having their roots kind of messed with. So squeezing them in, pushing them, getting the roots a little bit compressed to fit in kind of this way instead of squashing. That's okay. Now that I'm looking at this pot, I don't think I'm going to use this guy because I think it's too big for my planter. I'm going to use my, whoop, that one was dry. I'll just shake the soil off of this guy. And notice that I am putting them right so they're sitting at the lip of your pot. Get that jade in there. Looking nice and full. Let me turn this so you guys can see what I'm going to do on this side. And then these guys, I didn't have any in bigger pots, so I have them in our bio pots. And this is biodegradable material, but it also kind of sticks out of the soil and can look a little bit unsightly until it biodegrades. So I like to remove it when I'm using it in a planter. So, little tip for you, this is biodegradable, does not hurt the plant at all, and it will go back to the environment. But, I wanted to put this over by the green. This is another thing I like to do, is I like to make sure that I am spreading out my colors. So I didn't want to put the orange next to the yellow because that's not enough contrast. I want to try to choose locations for the plants in my pot in places where they will get the most And then this guy, you know what, maybe it'll fit. Now, I'm making this to show you guys so it looks nice and full. If you're making this at home, this is totally fine, but it will get overgrown pretty fast if you put one in that's this full. Now that I have my planter planted, I'm going to go in between each plant and I'm going to put soil in between in those little empty spots. And I'm just pushing it in so that it's in there, but I'm not compressing it. And I'm lifting up around the plants. I'm being gentle because succulents can crack pretty easily. Making sure that they're in there nice and full. All right. Now, normally I would put a little bit of gravel top dressing on any visible soil. It's just aesthetic. It doesn't help or hurt the plants. It just helps it look a little bit nicer. But my planter is so full, I'm not going to add any today. So here's my planter. And I'm going to be right back. So I'm going to go take it and water it and rinse all the soil off the top of the plants so I can show you the finished product. I'm back with my planter, and look at how beautiful it is. I just watered it, so it's dripping a little bit, but look at how colorful it is, how bright, and how much contrast we have in colors. So there you have it. Succulent planter the Groovy way. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment anything else you'd like to see and any questions you have. See you guys next time.